Alright, how's it going, everyone? I'm bringing you guys the same thing that I brought you last year, but this year it's going to be NHL 14 predicting the Stanley Cup playoffs. The matches have been set. The teams who are going up against each other are now available to the public after the season has finally ended, and this is what it looks like with the two conferences being divided into the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. I do believe that is set up properly. It is, which is surprising because I didn't actually do it like that. I just kind of split it up because it's a little bit confusing to do, but the Western teams are on the Western side, the Eastern teams are on the Eastern side. Even if it would have split, I don't think it would have made much difference. Just having that in the background is having that in the background. And yeah, so this is what the playoff bracket looks like. This is the teams that you're going to be seeing going against each other in approximately 3 days is when you're going to see this. This will probably go up tomorrow. So in 2 days, you guys will see this stuff going on, the NHL playoff bracket. So this is what it looks like on the Western Conference. The number 1 seeded Colorado Avalanche are going up against the 4 seed Minnesota Wild. Second seed Blackhawks are going up against the 3rd seed Blues. First seed Ducks against the 4 seed Stars, and second seed Sharks against the 3rd seed Kings. And on the Eastern Conference side, it's first seed Bruins against the 4th seed Wings. Second seed Penguins against the 3rd seed Blue Jackets, the 1st seed Lightning against the 4th seed Montreal, which is a little bit weird on how that one works because you can't do it so that way Montreal comes up 2, and then like how you do the Rangers with Tampa Bay having more points than them. So that's not right, but it should be the first and actually second seed, which I don't know how that got messed up, but it did. And the second seed Rangers going against this 3rd seed Philly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim ahead a week, basically, and we're going to see what happens each and every week as the simulation goes, and we'll see who advances on in the next round of the playoffs just by simulation readings. The tuners are all this way set up as high as they go, and the player, the things are at 20 minutes, and so no games will be intervened, and it will just be simmed, and the rosters are as current as they can be. So we have all the players up, all the injuries and stuff like that is good. So that'll take place into this, and we'll see what happens. So I will get back after the first round is done. Alright, so we're back into the playoff tree bracket mode of what it looks like. So this is what happened. This is the upsets, I guess, kind of what EA Sports NHL is going to say is going to happen this year in the playoff bracket, in the trees and stuff like that. So let's go to the Western Conference first. So as you can see, the Colorado Avalanche in Minnesota went a full 7 games, and Colorado beat Minnesota in the 7 games 4-3. St. Louis was able to beat Chicago in 6 games 4-2. Dallas and Anaheim went 7 as well, and Dallas ended up beating Anaheim 4-3. And San Jose went up against the Kings in 6 games, and San Jose was able to win 4-2, making the matchups Colorado versus St. Louis and San Jose versus Dallas. Going to the Eastern Conference, we have a 6-game series between the Wings and the Bruins, and the Wings are going to come out on top of that in a 6-game series, also with the Jackets and Penguins, with the Jackets coming out on top, and along with the Montreal Canadiens and the Tampa Bay Lightning, again, along with the Montreal Canadiens coming on top. So it seems like the bottom seeds knocked out everybody, but the Rangers, coming with the only sweep so far, are able to sweep the Philadelphia Flyers. And I'm sorry that was an audio thing, no pop filter on the mic. So they did sweep the Flyers in the first round, as you can see, and that is that. So looking into it now, as we can see, I believe each series is 2 games into it. Detroit has 2 games up on Columbus. The Rangers have 2 games up on Montreal. The Sharks have 2 games up on Dallas, and St. Louis has 2 games up on Colorado. So we're going to go back when we're into the conference finals and see what happens from there. Alright, so there you have it, the conference finals for both teams as EA Sports NHL is predicting it. Let's go look and see what happened in the Western Conference. So as you can see, St. Louis was able to steamroll over the Colorado, winning 4-0 in a sweep series, and Dallas was able to go 7 games with San Jose, and they won 4-3. So it looks like the bottom seed teams are knocking off the top seed teams, and now and how it's going. And if we go into the Eastern Conference, Detroit beats Columbus in 5 games with 4-1, and Montreal beats the Rangers 4-3 in 7 games. So the conference final looks up in the Eastern Conference. It is Montreal versus Detroit, the 2 4th seed teams, and in the Western Conference, it's St. Louis versus Dallas, the 3rd and the 4th seed team. So we'll go back when we get the Stanley Cup matchup and see who's playing who in the Cup final. So we're back here in the playoff tree. As we can see, Dallas and Montreal, 2 of the 4th seed teams in the brackets, are in the Cup final. I think that'd be a crazy Cup final to see. It'd be great to see a Canadian team in the Cup final, but I do think I have my own preferences of what I think is going to happen in the playoffs. I don't think this is happening, but this is what EA Sports is telling us is going to happen this year for the playoff run. So Dallas against Montreal. As we've seen 7 games, Dallas ends up beating St. Louis, and in the Detroit and Montreal series, that was in 6 games, Montreal beats Detroit. So with the only Stanley Cup final remaining after 7 games, we'll see exactly how that goes, and we'll get back to crown the Stanley Cup champions via EA Sports NHL. So there you have it. In 7 games, the Stanley Cup champion, the Stanley Cup champions are the Montreal Canadiens. The good old Canadian team takes home the cup for the first time in a long while as they beat the Dallas Stars in 7 games. I think it would be a crazy cup final to see, and definitely something that a lot of people would not expect the Stars to make it all the way there, or Montreal. Even Montreal being a very good team, I do have Tampa Bay in my personal books beating Montreal in the first round, but that series can go either way. As we see, EA Sports obviously thinks this is how it's going to go, so again, we'll look at the brackets. EA Sports says that's how it's going to go, and that's how it's going to go. So if you guys don't know what the hell's going on, you're picking playoff rules, I would suggest just following along with this. Might not be the best at all, as last year I believe it had the 2 8th seed teams going against each other in the playoffs, but for the Cup final, but I'm pretty sure it was Minnesota versus the Islanders last year in the Cup final is what EA Sports picked, which we obviously saw nothing even remotely close to that. But this is what they think is going to happen. This is apparently what the simulation engine says. And 7 games Cup final. It looks like the games are going fairly long, but this is what we can expect, I guess, from EA Sports. So thanks you guys for watching. Tell me who you think is going to make it into the Cup final and who's going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Give me a biased and unbiased opinion, because I mean everybody wants their team, if they're in the Cup final, to win. But if you do watch hockey and you do appreciate hockey, you should be able to give me an educated hockey answer. So this is what EA Sports is saying is going to happen in the Cup final. I don't know. Is it going to happen? It could very well. Let me know what you guys think. So thanks for watching again, and I will see you guys next time.